I wasn't good enough. I doubted myself and I said, I don't think I can do this. I made myself a promise that I would work hard to make a better life for myself and my family. So I started everything from zero. The life before America, my family I had back home was different. My father was an anesthesiologist. My mom was a state mom home taking care of us, and I with my brothers were in school. My father was also a translator and a medic for the US Army for almost a decade. And eventually, after 8-9 years working with US troops, he was just got some emails, messages, just kind of like telling him, hey, stop working with them. Otherwise, we know where you work, we know where you live. And after 2 long years, my family and, we were approved to get our visas. It was a little bit difficult to, leave everything behind, what we built, leaving family behind, which was my relatives and friends. Just coming into a new country, knowing nothing, starting from zero was tough. So we arrived in Buffalo around 1:30 in the morning. One of the big challenge for us was learning a new language. It was July 24th, and we were welcomed by Journeys and Refugee Services. So they picked us from the airport, drove us to our new home, and dropped us off. And the next day, Journeys in assigned us a caseworker, which was Ellie Berger. She is one of the best people that I've known. Very compassionate, very caring for us. So she kind of like helped us to make the transition a little smoother. So we don't have to be worried about housing or finding a home, worry about rent, for the first 2-3 couple of months. And also, helping my father to get a job and helping me and my brothers to enroll in school and continue education in this country. My family, which my brother, my sisters, and I were taken to go and register for school. So we had to take a test in downtown. So we all took a test. My brother scored high. I did really good on the test. But one of the unfortunate part was we didn't bring any documents from back home that, what grade we were in. So my brother was in 10th, I was in 11th, I was going into 12th grade. So I didn't have any documentation to prove that I was in 11th grade. So what they ended up deciding in Buffalo was, they said, you gotta start from 9th grade. And I said, okay. And I was just thinking to myself, if I spend 4 years in high school again, I'll be behind. And I said, I wanna figure out a different way that I could maybe speed them up and get my high school diploma somehow. So I was talking to Ellie Berger, my caseworker, and I told my caseworker, I don't wanna start from 9th grade. I just wanna go in, I'll accept the challenge to continue my education, learn a year of English, and then take the exam and see how I do. So I started to get ready for my GED exam, and the exam was consist of 5 different subjects and topics that you had to score over 500. And in order to do that, you had to be good at what you do. I wasn't good enough. I doubted myself and I said, I don't think I can do this. And I told Mike that I will stop going to school, work, full time, because being the oldest and seeing my dad in this country, because he wasn't making enough to support the family. So I had to step in since day one to help him out with the bills and everything. So I decided to stay after a year long learning English, freshening on science and math and, writing papers. I really don't like much writing papers. My teacher, Mike Myers, said you could do it. And he got mad at me. He said, you're not leaving school.
It's kind of a frustrating thing too for a kid to come in at, 16 and 17 and be told you have to go back to 9th grade. Like that's nobody wants to do that. So that alone was kind of something that is backwards against the wall, and taking a GED exam is no easy task. There's Americans who can't pass that test. And, drive he had to learn more science, math, social studies, reading and writing. You got to do it all, and you're learning everything from K to 12, and he crunched it into just a couple of years. At one point, he was at my desk telling me he wasn't gonna continue, and there was no way I was gonna let, a kid with this kind of potential, stop. He's, I think, knew, even walking into my class, that he wasn't gonna walk out of there a quitter.
I started studying hard and spending extra time after school to sit and go through the book and make sure I know everything. It was 2017, February, that I signed up for the exam, and I took it, and I found out in May that I passed the exam, and I was happy. So it was like one of the coolest, one of the best time and moments that I kind of felt that a thing I worked hard for, it was getting paid off. Just like learning the language, getting my high school diploma, and finishing in 2 years, working 2-3 different jobs, and volunteering. So I was volunteering for Men of Merit, and also Junior Refugee Services, helping the new clients, and also focusing school. So I was a full-time student at community college, a full-time worker at Lloyd, and also I was working with student government at Erie Community College as an event promoter. So when I graduated in 2019 from SUNY Erie, I graduated with honors. So I got the President Medal. I also got the Chancellor's Award from New York State. And I've got the All-USA First Team Scholarship Award from New York State. So I was the first student to get all those 3 awards. I graduated spring 2019 from Erie Community College. And then I started school in August 2019 to continue, from a bachelor degree in nursing, which is BSN. I'll be graduating in May 15, 2022, class of 22 from DUval with a degree in BSN and minors in nutrition and world language. So putting all together was a tough time, but it was not impossible. My name is Ahmad. I've been working with Lloyd since 2015. Oh, you. My friend Kim, she was working for Lloyd in Elmwood location in the truck. So she asked me to, why not work with Lloyd? And I said, fine. I did not know much about Lloyd. So I drove all the way to Elmwood and handed my resume to Chris. My first shift was in Orchard Park. And the moment I start working, I realized that this is much better than working with other people in the restaurant. It's been truly like an amazing journey, making my way from being a grinder in a truck all the way to working in a restaurant at Lloyd's Taco Factory, both on Hurl and Williamsville. I really like working. The people were great. You get recognized. So I did one Employee of the Month. I got nominated a few times. Every year, Lloyd does the yearly employee party. At the end of the year, so they get recognized, all their employees. Well, I describe Lloyd, if I have to describe Lloyd in one word, actually there's a lot of words, but I'll go with one. Cleanness is the big thing in this restaurant. It could be anything. I really love fish burritos. Fish burritos, it's gonna be my last meal.
Do you dress those up any special way? Like I like to put pickled red in mine, maybe some Fresnos.
So the way I like to make my fish burrito is, a little bit of rice, light beans, fish, obviously, and I like to put some rocket sauce, hot sauce, very light, and my roja, which is my mild sauce, and pickled red onions for sure. I like to put a little bit extra veggies on it, and I like to roll my burrito in a certain way that, when you open it, it never falls, but when you open it, it's big, it's good, it's tasty, it's juicy, so yeah.
No tortilla ripping it off?
No, not at all. One of the memories with Chef Teddy was that when I got my citizenship, me and my brother, in 2020, January, we had our oath ceremony, get our, citizenship. I did not know. He showed up with one of the employees, with Mike, and I was like, wait, is that Teddy? And my brother said, yes. I said, I don't know, I didn't invite, but I don't know, how did you find out? My brother said, oh, he said he wanted to come. And just seeing him there, stay the whole, event and ceremony. And when we were done, just congrating us, giving us gifts, and just like welcoming us. And I felt like home.